From the John DeVita Broadcast Center, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another broadcast of Paranormal Radio with Bob Tricek on the Windy City Hometown Entertainment Network and Jack FM 89.7 WRHS FM Norwich. So sit back and enjoy Paranormal Radio. And now, here's the king of Paranormal Radio, Mr. Bob Tricek.
Thank you, John. Thank you very much, John. Mr. John DeVita, thank you, sir. It's always a joy doing these shows, coming here once a month to do the shows like this, and they're a pleasure for me to do. Thank you. Tonight we're going to be doing something a little different. This show is going to be a radio broadcast, and it's also going to be a video broadcast. So we're kind of doing radio and video at the same time here, although I don't know if the entire thing is going to be videoed. But this will be thrown up on YouTube, so you'll actually be able to see like the inside of the studio here, kind of see what we do here and how we work. And we're going to have some magic tricks that we're going to be doing on the air. We have with us tonight for our guest, Mr. Al Bach. Not Johann Sebastian Bach, so we don't have anybody sitting here playing the harpsichord or anything. This is Mr. Al Bach, and he's a magician, so we're going to have him on with us. First, I'd like to say thank you to Mr. John Shikanda, our producer for the show, for the stuff he does. And John, I owe you $5, because my last lecture I did last week Thursday, I did a lecture over at the library, at the Justice Library on H.H. Holmes and the Columbian Exposition, and I was able to sell a couple of the discs that we have that you how could I say, that you graded for us there. So I owe you $5 on that one. So you got some money coming on that. So I don't know if you'll be able to take a trip to Disney World on that, but anyway, it's a little bit coming your way. So I got to remember to give that to you. And thank you very much for what you do for the station here and for us at Paranormal Radio here. Thank you. Okie doke, Mr. Al Bach.
Yes.
Welcome back to Paranormal Radio. I've had you on here before, haven't you? You've been here.
Some time ago, yeah.
Yeah, been a while ago. You were on here, yeah. Al is a magician. Al's also one of my coffee buddies, too. We have coffee in the morning at Dunkin' Donuts by my house up where I live there. He's part of our regular coffee clutch there, and he's a magician. He does some stuff. Now, you were just away this weekend at a convention, was it?
I was out in Peoria. It was a one day. Well, they had an evening before. They did a little something.
Mm-hmm.
It is a tradition. I think it's been going on close to 50 years, maybe more. Next year, the same convention, I believe, is going to Springfield, possibly Champaign, and then back to Peoria. So
they've been doing this for 50 years?
Around that mark, I
really?
believe.
That was in Peoria?
Long-running tradition, yes.
Really? Wow, that's cool. So now this is a convention. It's just all magicians. Everybody comes and they set up.
All magicians, and they have the dealers, which I am a dealer at the convention, selling products, new effects.
Are you a blackjack dealer, or what kind of dealer are you?
No.
I would want to play blackjack with you, because with those phony magician's cards and stuff, you know.
Right, with all the props, etc. You have that, which dealer hours, and everybody kind of congregates in the dealer area, and they watch magic, and they buy magic, and it's a lot of fun in the dealer's room quite often.
So you're able to sell stuff, and you're able to connect with other people that are in the field that you're in and everything.
Correct,
and that's
correct.
Cool, yeah.
And you'll see new items, and then you'll see some classics from many years ago, and a lot of things are updated.
And this is like a whole weekend-long thing, like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday type thing, or?
Some of them are. Some of them are at nice hotels. They run the whole weekend. And along with the dealer's room, you have lectures. They get a lot of key top-rated performers to come in and give lectures on close-up magic. There's a lot of categories. Close-up magic, stage magic, manipulation, escapes, the full spectrum.
Cool, okay.
And then there's shows. And then usually there's a big finale, a big show at the end for the magicians and the general public to attend.
Okay.
So it's a pretty
it's a pretty full weekend. Yeah, you got a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, this sounds kind of similar to the paranormal conference that I went to last October. I was at a paranormal conference over at what was it, at the Marine Valley Community College over there in Palos. And it was like a 2-day thing, a Saturday, Sunday thing, and same type of stuff too. They had people, lecturers, and all this stuff and everything. I was surprised. They had for Sunday, they had my name up there for 11 o'clock. I thought, I'm not supposed to come in the morning. I thought until 11 o'clock. He said, no, you're lecturing at 11 o'clock. So,
you were a lecturer.
So I was a lecturer over there too, as well as doing palm readings and the stuff that I do in that. So it's kind of nice too, because you see other people.
Books too, like palm reading books.
Many.
Sale and,
yeah.
All the other.
I didn't sell them because I haven't authored anything, but it's in the works. Though people have been after me to write a book, not necessarily in palm reading, but maybe something with paranormal and that. So there's
I've seen your work. And
a few ideas bouncing around with that. So so we'll see how that all goes. But yeah, these conventions are really nice things. I like going to them and that because
some of those are lengthier too. They'll get into a day or two.
Or
3 days.
Yeah.
You have your guest star.
Yeah.
The big name.
Yeah. I kind of resisted going to these for a long time like that, and then I went last year, and I had such a good time doing it. I'm looking forward to doing it again this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you have some downtime too, which is fun, just to go have dinner and hang out. And
now you are into Mr. Houdini. You have a kind of a connection with Houdini too.
I do.
Because of March 24th.
March 24th, the same as Harry Houdini. The year's a little different. 1874. I'm 1959.
So you both have the same birth date, March 24th.
March 24th, correct.
March 24th, 1874.
Correct.
Harry Houdini.
And he put out a birth date in the April. I can't remember, April 6th possibly, which he claimed was his birthday, and then they in time found the actual birth certificate.
Now, was Houdini born
24th.
in the States, or was he an immigrant? Did he come from Russia or Eastern Europe?
He came from Hungary.
He came from Eastern Europe, from Hungary, so he came over. Because a lot of times, too, those things get fouled up in immigration, like the birth dates and stuff. When you go through immigration, they'll put the wrong date down or something, and then it just stays with you. You know, that's it.
Right.
Years ago, that's how they did things.
You could view the certificate online. If you seek out a Harry Houdini website, you'll find the actual image of the birth certificate.
Oh, okay. His actual birth certificate? Yeah.
Right. And some of the sites have tons of information, and the legend lives on.
Oh, yeah.
There's new findings, and maybe a new photograph will show up, and so it's quite fascinating how the legend is still very big these days. In our
there's some it's been suggested. I haven't been able to find any evidence. Of course, I haven't really researched it that much in detail too, but it's a possibility that Harry Houdini performed at the World's Columbian Exposition in Chicago, that maybe he was performing on the Midway doing magic there. We're not not 100% certain on that. Like I say, I haven't found any solid evidence to back it up, but he would have been right in the age for it, 1893, he would have been very young, but 19 years old, but nonetheless he still could have been performing there,
It is fascinating to hear he may have been or was somewhere and actually stand in the presence of that because of the names.
It's nice to make the connection.
1926 is when he passed, and the name is incredibly.
Now, how old was 1874 to 1926? How old was he? 52 years old. 52 cards in a deck.
Right. On Halloween.
He wasn't born. He was not born on Halloween.
No, he died.
A kind of misconception. A lot of people think he was born and died on Halloween, but he did die on Halloween, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. In Detroit at Grace Hospital.
At Grace Hospital in Detroit.
The first Grace Hospital.
And he's buried.
That was leveled off, and they rebuilt a new Grace Hospital.
And he's buried. Is it New York? He's buried.
He's buried in New York.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Which is on my list.
The cemetery is actually a closed cemetery where he's at.
I believe you can go.
You can go and visit the grave and everything, but the cemetery is closed. It's like the offices are no longer open. They're no longer accepting burials there and that. There's, there's graves there, of course. People are buried there. But the it doesn't go under Houdini, though. It goes under Weiss, I think his name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Being the paranormal bent you come from, you'd be with the graveyards more attuned.
What's one of your favorite Houdini stories? There are probably many.
There's several.
Did Houdini have the secret of dematerialization? Did he really know it? What do you think?
Getting back to one cool story, he was a challenging kind of guy.
Oh, yeah.
So he would be challenged. And the story I read was, I think it was overseas, he was put in a set of handcuffs, or it may have been the person that challenged him was put in handcuffs, and they couldn't get out of them. So it had letters to tumble on the dial and open it, and after the guy struggled for quite some time, the escape artist, Houdini went over and entered the letters fraud, and they popped open. That's one kind of cool story.
Yeah, that's kind of neat.
True,
yeah.
I did read that.
It's hard to know, what's true and what's not true. With someone as famous as he was and a well-known personality for so many years that he was, it's hard to know what's true and what's not true. Some of the actual biography gets mixed up with the fiction.
Speaking of the overseas, one thing that really fascinates me is he was the first to fly or recorded flight in Australia, 1910 March 18th, which is the same birthday as my mom. And you figure back in that era to get from the U.S. to Australia, how long would something like that take?
Sure, well, you wouldn't by ship, of course. It took a ship, yeah. Now, I know it's 24 hours now, to go to Australia flying.
Right.
What it took in those days to go on a ship, I don't know, and that was the only way you went, you know. There weren't any railroads going across the ocean,
right.
and nobody was flying yet. There were no commercial flights. Now, he flew in Australia in 1910?
1910. He is in history as the first recorded flight.
In Australia?
In Australia.
Really?
Yes.
Now, then there's another Houdini fact I never knew. Something interesting. 1910, he was the first flight in Australia. Well, there would have had to been somebody else fly in Australia. I mean, somebody owned the plane there.
It's possible that somebody else flew, but this was like documented as Harry Houdini, the first to fly in Australia. And if you look that up, you will see the bi-wing plane and the signature Houdini, and I'm pretty sure it was 1910, March 18th.
That would have been very early, yeah. The Wright brothers first flew, what was it, 1902 in Kitty Hawk?
So
it was
this
the first flight.
Too far after.
Yeah, just 8 years later, yeah. So that was pretty bold.
And they just touched up a movie in I haven't seen it, and it's supposed to be very vivid, a great look, because he did produce several silent movies. Called The Grim Game, and there's some flying scenes in there that are very cool.
The Grim Game.
So I want to see the touched up version of The Grim Game, and there's a
have
lot
to
of
look that one
excitement
up. Yeah, I wasn't aware. I knew there are some film footage of Houdini. They have some some performances. They're probably just filmed like stage performances that he was doing, in that they filmed some of his stuff in that. But I didn't know he made any like feature films.
Which does involve flying, and he rescued a girl up in the air and leaps on the wings and all that kind of thing. Ironically, too, with his daredevil escapes and with the flying, I did read that he was apprehensive to be in an automobile.
Really?
Now, whether that's true, I'm not sure, but I remember when I was young reading
that. That's odd, isn't it? You're not afraid to fly up in the air, but you'd be afraid
to jump into a river, bound in
but to go in a car, yeah.
Right.
So it was with the Wright brothers, too. Everybody has their little quirks. The Wright brothers' home is over in Greenfield Village, you know, because it's Henry Ford Museum and all that, and Henry Ford was a real nut for all these artifacts and stuff like that. So he actually had their home, as well as other famous homes, taken apart and rebuilt over there in Greenfield Village, and their home had gas lighting in it because the Wright brothers were afraid of electricity. Now here they are flying.
They purposely had gas.
They purposely had gas lighting.
They could have had electricity.
Oh yeah, at a time when everybody was making the transition from gas lighting to electric, the Wright brothers stuck with gas because they were afraid of electric. Afraid of shocks. Now, here, there again, too,
amazing.
They're not afraid to take a plane up in 1902,
right.
You know, go up in the air, but they're afraid of, flipping on a switch for electric lighting. Yeah. Right. Interesting phobias that people have. Yeah.
In an area of Houdini that you would know more about than me would be the phenomenon where, in the later part of his life, he attended
he was very much into seances. And,
of mediums back then.
Oh yeah, the 1920s was like the heyday for this stuff. It became real popular in the 1920s, and he passed away in 26. And particularly after his mother died, he was very much concerned with trying to contact his mother's spirit through spirit mediums and seances and this kind of stuff like that. And he proved a lot of these people to be hoaxes and fakes. And a lot of people made a lot of money being fakes, So he was able to disprove a lot of this stuff.
They created a lot of turmoil too amongst them too.
Oh yeah,
because they had a lot of clientele business.
Well, sure, you're exposing people for what they were, and you just lost your income once people find out that you're a fraud. Right. And there were some pretty notable people that were, some pretty famous ones that were kind of exposed. Yeah.
And he was a very rugged, challenging guy.
Sure, he was. Yeah.
Incredibly built, so it wouldn't be something that he would back down from to expose them.
Yeah. I know now two Houdini films that come to mind. Of course, would be the Tony Curtis film. That one it's
a classic,
but it's very fictionalized,
and it's inspired a lot of young magicians.
Then I can remember, if I'm not mistaken, a made-for-TV one sometime back with Paul Michael Glaser, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, it might have been Sally.
Was that
Sally Struthers played his wife?
Hutch, yeah, they did one. That one got some attention. It was
like a made-for-TV.
Tony Curtis has stood the test of time.
Oh yeah, that's
the
like
new
the more
release
popular
last
one. Yeah.
summer on the History Channel was the new
Houdini film
movie, which was made very dramatic.
I'm sure it was. It's probably better, probably more autobiographical than any of the others,
Well, as far as holding to the facts, it is Hollywood, and they do have to make these movies work. So,
sure.
I mean, it's going to deviate there, but it did capture the drama, and it also kept the legend.
Sure, absolutely,
running full speed. So
did he have the secret of dematerialization for years? This has gone back and forth. Because doing some of the things he did in that, people say he was the only one that knew how to do it, and
I don't know that, but I do know that it was something about Houdini which gave off an aura of mystique. So he would attract theories like that.
Sure.
Just because of his persona. Now, there's one audio clip of him, only one, and I believe Copperfield owns these cylinders that they scribed on back then.
Yeah, back then they would have been recorded on a wax cylinder. Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
they are. I believe there's 6 of them possibly, with the only recording of his voice.
Really?
And I think Copperfield owns these
He did films now, but of course the films would have been silent films.
And you can YouTube and hear his actual voice.
Oh, okay.
And he does say on there, this is accomplished by no supernatural means. And he was doing the water, I believe the water torture cell.
Okay.
No supernatural means. So he didn't walk around boasting to having any powers. He didn't say that he could dematerialize, but
then likewise too, if someone said he did, he did not.
Probably not.
Yeah, he wouldn't down the publicity.
He was
I mean, if it sold tickets to vaudeville, if it sold vaudeville seats,
He was exceptional at taking anything for publicity.
Of course, sure. That's you got to market yourself. Absolutely, yeah.
That.
Sure.
And but his aura was that he would get titles like Dematerialize and had the mystique, and the mystique still lives on also. Which is quite fascinating.
Sort of like calling the Titanic unsinkable. The shipping line never said it was, but as long as people said it, they went along with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, do we need to? Do you want to take a break, John, and do our commercial before we get into some magic here? He's going to do some. We're going to do 15 minutes, so we're going to go for a little bit. Do you want to? We got 15 minutes before we take our break. We stop for a second and do our break. Do you want to do some magic, or do you want to just keep talking here, and then after the break we'll go back to it? Let's take a look at our clock here. We've got about. Yeah, we could wait to 15 minutes, so we can keep talking with the conversation. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And then, we'll do. I have 2 sets. I'll do. And
we'll talk about some.
Weave it into.
We'll talk about some of the stuff you're going to do. Now, like I said, this is going to be. Will be broadcast, of course, on Jack FM in Norwich, WRHS. We'll be broadcast with them, and then of course you'll be able to hear this on YouTube, the regular broadcast, and then also too. Al is going to post this on YouTube. It's going to be on his website, and then also, too, it's going to be on regular YouTube, so you're able to see. You won't see the whole broadcast on YouTube, but you'll see the magic part of it, and you'll see the inside of the studio. You'll see where we do our shows from here, so you get to see that, and you get to see me.
I could possibly put the whole thing on,
okay.
too.
Yeah. We'll edit it out and see what looks good up there and that, and yeah.
Right.
I'm looking at myself in this video. As I watch it, I look like just a head with hands, because I'm wearing like all dark clothes. I have a dark turtleneck on and dark pants, and then I'm also have the headset on for the radio, which is dark. So all you see is my head. So I look like one of those floating heads sitting there,
But you are right on with the clothing, because this is a
paranormal
show, so you don't want to come in here and pastel colors.
Yeah, sometimes we come in wearing Hawaiian shirts and everything.
Do you?
And sometimes we sit in our underwear too. It depends how many guests we have on. We go for comfort and that, in this studio here. So we're very informal here. We do. No, I'm kidding, of course. No, it just happened to be what I wore today. I never thought of this, as being video. I thought we were going to video you. I didn't know we were going to do video of the whole thing here, but. So we'll do that. And
I see you. I can see you pretty.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
We want to focus on you, though. We want to focus on the magic and what you're doing there and that. So we want people to see that.
Well, the focus on the paranormal tie-in, because magic, even though it's trickery, it does have some.
Shh, it's not trickery. This is real stuff. It's real.
It does exude.
What do you mean?
It does exude
trickery.
The feeling of phenomenon, though, at times.
Sure. Oh yeah, it's tied in with it. Absolutely. Yeah. Let's talk about some of what you're going to be doing here. You're going to be doing some things called timeless magic. Tell us a little bit about what timeless magic is.
I created a couple years ago, and I'll save the surprise of it, but it's a very classy visual effect. It's not very long, and it just has an elegant and a very magical feel to it.
Okay.
And it involves time, and time. In the phenomenon world, time delineates, time morphs. I'm sure at these conventions, people may go off on a tangent a bit about the subject of time, how it ties into the phenomenon world.
Wasn't there something also with Houdini too, with time travel too, that Houdini was capable of time travel?
I don't know about
He
that.
supposedly could transcend time.
I don't know about that, but coming back again, maybe in our present time, would
that would be time travel, would it not be?
Travel.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm sure throughout the years, there's probably people doing a seance tonight, right, as we're doing this broadcast, trying to contact Houdini's spirit.
Especially
he's probably one of the more
Halloween.
famous. Oh yeah, he's probably
right.
He's probably one of the more famous people.
Seances.
Oh yeah, yeah, beyond a doubt. Yeah.
I think 1969, his niece may have done what they call the last official one. I'm not sure the exact
The last
date.
official seance.
Well, these aren't. That she was a blood relative.
Okay.
So
he had no children of his own.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
So there are no Houdini heirs, direct
Just
descendants.
His niece was.
Yeah.
Well, his wife lived on for some time after, and then the niece would hold the official seances. So I guess you could say that with the ones now are without a relative.
Mm-hmm.
And so that would involve the element of time if
Yeah.
he came back in I don't know exactly, I'm not up on seances, but ring a bell or something significant it would have to be, I would say, in order for people to give it credibility. If a piece of paper just rippled up from the wind, I don't.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Something
Yeah, seances.
significant.
Yeah, seances have kind of gotten a bad rap through the years, and that because there have been so many fakes. You know, there have been so many of them that are not done legitimately. And I've said this many times on the air, and all that too, is that what you see when you see the seances in the movies and Hollywood versions and renditions of them, it's very, very different from the real thing. You know, it's not a bunch of people sitting around the round table holding hands, touching hands, and the table levitates, and tambourines come flying through the air, and all all this kind of nonsense.
That's how it was back in the Houdini days.
Well, yeah, that's what the fakes were doing. Yeah, that's the fakes were doing, and also changing their voices.
They don't do all the tambourines now.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No,
they
they're
do.
very different.
They do Androids and iPhones.
And the thing with seances too is you don't really know who's coming through. You can't really conjure up a person.
I didn't know that. I thought you could specifically tap into somebody. Well, if somebody comes to see the medium and they want to see their relative.
Yeah.
Now, that isn't necessarily the case where
it's
you can
not necessarily what's going to happen. Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah, it doesn't necessarily happen that way. Yeah. Sometimes the medium is talking, that it could be directed at anybody. And sometimes they don't know who it is. A lot of times the medium is getting the voices and getting the stuff in, and she's like, well, wait, this is coming through, and that does this mean anything to anybody here? And sometimes it means nothing to anybody.
So someone could come in for a certain relative, and then somebody else.
You don't know who you're getting. Yeah, you could
somebody else's relative.
You could get Calvin Coolidge. You just don't know who's coming in on these seances. Yeah, Abraham Lincoln or Calvin Coolidge or anybody.
Do you have any experience of being at a seance and really feeling the strong presence of somebody showing up?
No. Myself, no. I guess I'm just not that, and I'm not saying this to discredit anybody, but I've been to a few seances and stuff like that, and I've never felt this myself. But I'm not a medium. I think the medium would be the one that would more or less feel this.
Oh, they're
they're
channeling and giving the person the information more so than the person's going to feel it.
I've been to seances where things were directed right to me, and the medium would tell me, this is for you. This person is for you. And I have to confess on that too. Sometimes the person meant nothing to me, but then there have been other ones where it was spot on the money, 100%. They couldn't have been more on the money on it. And I'm not saying that the person wasn't legitimate and good at what they did, but just some seemed to be a little more accurate than others, and maybe I just wasn't that psychically in tune that day. And it just didn't work for me. But yeah. We'll have to take you to a seance, Al. I want you to go to one, and you'll see how they actually work.
Halloween, that would be cool.
Well, you don't have to be done on Halloween. See, this is the big thing. I love this stuff. This is what people do. People have this in their mind that these things have to be done around the month of October, which is when everybody gets the feel for this. And also, too, that when you go on a ghost hunt, you always have to go after dark at midnight.
In July,
anytime. Absolutely.
Well, wait a minute, though. Is the nighttime better?
It doesn't. No,
you could go on a sunny July day to a seance.
It doesn't necessarily have to be done at the night.
Yeah,
either.
why
would
it have to be at night?
Don't. I think it just adds more to the atmosphere. That's all it is. It's more atmospheric. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But you can do them at any time. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Imagine if you seek that out, you could probably find online seances to attend.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh, trust me, there's tons of them out there. They probably have online seances too. So yeah, they're out there.
Okay. The second effect is a classic in magic. Cut and restored rope. Classics are effects that have stood the test of time.
Okay.
The lady floats in the air. Magicians will call it a classic.
Well, we're not going to have a lady floating in the air tonight because we don't have any ladies here.
We don't have we'd have to do.
And our ceiling's not that high down here, so you couldn't float that high if you wanted to, unless they float through the ceiling.
Maybe in the paranormal world, some things are the ghost that appears on Archer.
Oh, Resurrection Mary?
That would be considered maybe a classic in
that's a classic ghost.
world.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so like in another field, like the phenomenon world, magic has its classics, producing coins and throwing them into a bucket.
The old tricks and illusions that have stood the test of time, that have been done through the years. And
some of the rising card would be another classic.
Sawing the woman in half.
Right.
The stuff we've all seen and that kind of stuff like that, yeah. Now, what do you think about these people? I don't know if that show is still on. You would probably know, because I haven't seen it in some time, but I don't watch a whole ton of TV. But they have that show on where the guys were actually on there disproving, or showing you, not even were disproving it, but they were showing you how they do the illusions.
It's very sad, and it's not, of course, it's not a good thing for magic.
I don't think it is either, no, it's not.
Because the joy is to watch it and be amazed.
Exactly.
So if you know how it's done, obviously
it loses the magic.
Be amazed. And the thing on that end of it, you go get the book, you go watch the video, you attain the secret, you go over here, you find the secret, you produce it. And the thing is, that person who created it may have been up till 3 o'clock in the morning, days on end, when they were on the verge of really tying it all together.
Sure, now here within 10 minutes it's all over.
They may have spent a lot of money on a lot of materials that didn't work. And so, like a mad scientist, they spent a big portion of their life pursuing this dream of this effect. And then in a nanosecond blip on the show, it's done and over with.
That's it. It's true, yeah.
Yeah, so obviously...
So not a good thing.
It's not a good thing. And then some seasoned performers who really rely on making a living performing, they have these illusions they bought, very costly. And for it, I mean, people... It's not necessarily on the top of their list to watch and remember the secrets, so in time they'll be able to use them again, but for a while they may have to put off doing some of their material.
Yeah, I was going to do my trick. I do this real neat magic trick, and I only do one trick. That's where I make myself disappear on radio. Because like as I'm talking on radio, I disappear and no one can see me. But the trouble with that is I can't do it today because today we're videotaping it, so if we videotape this, you'll see my secret, how I make myself disappear on radio.
Okay.
Where you can hear me, but you can't see me. I guarantee you that everybody that listens to this broadcast won't be able to see me. So
I'm going to have to watch that.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as the expose goes, too, a lot of them were some really great tricks, some gems.
And you've ruined it. You've just given it away in 10 minutes on a TV show here, and that's, you've ruined the whole thing. And after years and years and years of doing these things,
Some of them were old, ingenious, intricate, and curious, and some things I've never seen, which that probably doesn't do the harm, but the problem, sometimes you give away a golden principle, maybe that principle is in this one, and this one, and this one, and this one, so the principle could, if it's in the person's mind and they see that same look, they might identify the principle. Sure. All in all, it takes the fun, the amazement, the mystery, and affects the performance.
Do you think magic in the old days, when things were simpler and you didn't have a lot of the electronics and a lot of the equipment and stuff, do you think magic was better in its more purer form than it is now with all the electronic gizmos and the high-tech stuff we've got to it and that?
It's a double-edged sword. To look at magic, it certainly looks more like magic now. But then everything pops up online, and it's easier to seek out now. But, I mean, there is something to be said about just doing it without all the glitz and just doing some amazing magic, like you say, the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
Like that.
The old tried-and-true formulas that for centuries they've been doing,
Right, right. And I would say back then the secrets were better protected. You didn't have the online world.
Sure. How did Moses turn that staff into a cobra?
I don't know.
I think it was actually done the other way around. I think it was actually a cobra, and then it turned into a staff. Because there is a way, and the ancient Egyptians knew this. There's a way you grab a cobra behind its head, like a pressure point, and it will stiffen itself up. The cobra will just, and it becomes like a rod. It'll stiffen itself up, and it becomes a rod. So they kind of think there was some hokey-pokey stuff to that, too. A lot of the things that Moses was able to do, the magicians of Egypt could also do, too. That's why he was...
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, there's like a pressure point. You got to grab it, of course, at just the right way, so, of course, the thing doesn't bite you. And you hit it at these pressure points, and it will stiffen itself up like a stick. It gets real stiff, and you can actually just even swing it around, and it doesn't bend. And then you release it, and, of course, it wiggles away and becomes back to its snaky self again.
There's a famous plot in magic, the Indian rope trick.
Mm-hmm.
And
you're talking about the rope coming out of the basket?
Throw the rope on the ground, the rope goes up in the air, performer climbs up it.
Done by fakers for years. When I say fakers, I don't mean people that are fakes.
Oh yeah,
Who is it?
I'm going to check the camera.
Yeah, sure, go right ahead. Yeah, we've all seen that, Yeah, we've been seeing that trick done for, since the dawn of time, as so many of those were. Al is over there checking his equipment here, and he's just seeing if everything's ready, because then he's gonna videotape the second portion of the broadcast here after we do the break.
I believe that Doug...
Ready to do the break? Okay, Al, we're going to take our break now.
I believe that Doug Henning did a stage version of the Indian rope trick.
Oh, I'm sure he did, yeah. Yeah. Doug Henning, that's a name I haven't heard in a while.
Yeah,
he's still with us, too,
and he has the element of the older times in magic, yeah.
Okay, we're going to stop for just a moment. We're going to take our station identification break here, and then we'll be right back with more magic talk and some more magic. Stick with us, folks.
You are listening to Paranormal Radio with Bob Trisek from the John DeVita Broadcast Center on Jack FM 89.7, WRHS FM Norwich, and the Windy City Hometown Entertainment Network. And this is Jack FM 89.7, WRHS FM Norwich, Illinois. And now, back to Paranormal Radio with Bob Trisek.
Okay, welcome back to Paranormal Radio. Thank you for tuning in and listening, and for sticking with us for the second half of the show here. We're getting ready to do some magic here that we're going to have videotaped. Al is our guest tonight. Mr. Al Bach was a magician, kind of a gifted magician. I like some of the stuff that Al does in that, so I was kind of glad to have him on, and we're going to do some stuff on the air here. And of course, I'll be explaining this as we do it, and it's going to be videotaped, and it's also going to be up on YouTube too, so you'll be able to see this as well as hear the broadcast here. And Al is over there checking some of his equipment and stuff now to see that, what's going on with that. And also, too, we'll see if this equipment picks up any other paranormal things, too, because some of the folks we've had on here say there's some paranormal activity that goes on down here, too. So we'll see if that picks... And I think it's saying a little different. Where the paranormal activity goes is where you're standing now by the doorway, not over where we're sitting here in the studio. So we'll see if anything comes up with that. You never know what you're going to get. Are we ready to do... now, is this videotaping now?
We're ready.
We're taping?
We're live.
Okay, so... Hi, everyone. This is Bob Trazek at the John DeVita Broadcasting Center here at WindyCityHometown.com, www.windycityhometown.com, and we're going to do some live magic. Okay, Al, what do you want to do for us?
Okay, this is the real deal here. I don't get to film it 20 times and get it right, so...
yeah, that's what I said. This is a one-time thing. You don't get to do takes on this,
nail it in one time here. I brought with a good luck chain.
Okay. Okay, what he's got is just like a little chain here. It's a thin chain, and he's stretching it out between his two hands. Okay, I have to kind of describe what you're doing so people that are listening and not watching.
Going to the link.
Okay.
And they say that man created the measuring of time, and man also created the device that measures time.
Ah, okay. So we have a little watch that just appeared from nowhere. Okay.
And as you go through life, there's times when time feels like it slows.
What, are you trying to hypnotize me now, or
down? Time stands still. And there's times when life happens very quickly. Watch. Look. Off. And in a nanosecond, on. And it is really back on the chain.
Okay, very nice. Now I'm watching what you're doing live here, and I'm also trying to watch the camera here too. Okay, I like it.
Elegant.
Yeah. Now that's a classic. Now is this one that you developed?
This is one that I developed. Yes.
Yeah, because you've done a few of these things yourself too. Okay.
This one is about 1.5 years ago, I believe,
okay.
Something like that. Beautiful look, though, especially if you're right here live and in person watching it close up.
And this is not, I've got the thing in my hands here. It's a little tiny watch, like it was sort of like a pendant or a locket that a lady would wear. Not like a man's pocket watch.
Right.
I've got a man's pocket watch with me, so you can see the difference and the size of them.
You actually do.
Yeah. But this is more like a little pendant type watch that a lady would wear around her neck, that type of thing. Just so you can see the difference in the size. This would be a man's pocket watch. That's how big. And there's this one.
I'll work on that.
Yeah, so it's different. But nonetheless, I had to pick this up to see. There's nothing tricky about this. This chain does not break away in any way, shape, or form. Nothing with the watch. It's just an ordinary little pendant watch. And nothing breaks away here, nothing phony baloney about it.
And it is ticking.
It must be a Timex. It takes a licking and keeps on ticking. Okay, well that was good, Al. Thanks for that one. And what else you gonna do for us?
Surely. Well, we were talking about earlier classics.
Oh, here we go. The rope trick. The old rope trick.
Classics in magic, and this would fall into the realm of the classic.
Now, this is one we've all seen, on Bozo Circus and beyond. For years they've been doing this one. Okay.
1, 2.
Okay.
And I'm going to...
He's got a rope. He took the rope. He cut the rope in two. He's tying a knot into two pieces.
The two into one length.
Okay.
On 3. 3, 2, 1. One length of rope.
I could do that.
Okay, you could do that. Watch.
I could do that. It's still got the knot in it.
You could do that. That. That.
Okay.
And it becomes one.
Now, how did he do that? What he did is he had the rope cut in two. He had it tied together with a knot. He slides the knot down, and he slides the knot off the end of the rope, down the length of the rope, and then the whole rope becomes one.
All right.
Now he's going to cut it again. Here we go.
So, two.
Two pieces, okay.
I'm going to tie them together here.
Okay, here we go, and he's tying it together. I'm doing this for the benefit of people that just might be listening and not necessarily watching
I'm going to slide
the YouTube.
Knot down, down, off.
Okay.
And the smaller that something is, the harder it is to see. So I'll make the knot a little smaller. It's harder to see. A little smaller. It's harder to see. A little smaller. The knot vanishes. And the rope becomes one.
Here we go again. Okay.
I'm going to gather it up, and I'm going to give you this invisible pair of scissors. Hold on to them. Oh, don't drop them. Hold on to them.
Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I got to turn them around. I don't want to hold the sharp end.
Don't run with those.
Yeah.
Invisible scissors.
Okay,
the
I got
rope
them.
becomes one length. A loop. Actually, a loop.
Okay, it's all joined together.
Cut it with the scissors.
Where do you want me to cut it? At the bottom?
Wherever you like.
Okay, click.
Fabulous. Let's give Bob a big hand.
Very nice. Very nice. How does he do it? Now, this is stuff that's been done, like I say, since the beginning of time. The rope tricks and this kind of stuff. Yeah.
The linking rings would be another
Mm-hmm.
Classic.
Yeah. I can't fiddle around with this too much because I don't want to... Actually, I shouldn't be touching this at all, should I? That's why he's taking it. Okay. Okay. What else do you got for us here, Mr. Al?
Let's see. I have a trick called If You Only Knew That I Knew That, which is a card trick.
If you only knew that I knew that I... What was that?
If you only knew that I knew that.
If you only knew that I knew that. Okay.
Would that be a good movie or too long a title?
That's okay with me. Yeah. If you only knew that I knew that. Okay.
And it's been a long time since I performed it blindfolded.
Okay.
So I'm going to attempt to do it blindfolded.
Okay.
And it will involve more of the mental realm. Kind of.
Now, is that a trick blindfold?
No, this is just a cloth.
Just a bandana handkerchief.
Just a bandana.
Yeah.
I'm going to tie it on here.
Hands up.
I don't know how this looks on
That's his
camera.
impersonation of a blind bank robber.
All right, can you see my hands in the camera?
I can see your hand. Oh yeah, definitely in the camera. You're fine.
Okay.
Yeah, everything's very visible. Yeah.
Now,
So what he did is he tied a bandana handkerchief across his eyes so he can't see, and he's got a deck of cards.
And you can see the deck of cards in my hands in the camera?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to ask you a simple question. Call out a color, red or black?
Black.
I knew that.
Of course.
All right, call out the suit, spade, or a club?
Club.
I knew that. Now, in your mind's eye, see that club breaking, fragmenting into pieces. How many do you see?
The club breaking into pieces?
Yes.
Should I tell you how many I see?
Yes.
5.
5. All right, I'm going to count 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
and I'm going to spell clubs. C-L-U-B-S. 5 of clubs? I knew that.
5 of clubs. That's
Correct?
exactly what it is. Yep, it is. Yep. That's it.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Now, I'd like for you
He counted
to...
the cards out, in case you didn't, like I said,
I'd
if
like
you're
for
listening.
you to,
and then it came up the 5 of clubs.
I'd like for you to think of your favorite card in the deck.
My favorite card in the deck. Okay, I got it.
And what is it?
Queen of Hearts.
The Queen of Hearts. That would be... The Queen would stand for 12, correct? Numerically?
I suppose.
You have you said hearts, right?
Queen of Hearts.
You have the 10 of hearts, the 11 of hearts, the 10 of hearts, and then the Jack of hearts would be 11, the Queen would be 12, the King 13. Follow me?
All right.
All right, so I'm going to count 12 for the Queen, you said, right?
Yes, Queen of Hearts.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay.
I can count. Now I'm going to spell H-E-A-R-T-S. The Queen of Hearts?
Yes. Ta-da! Queen of Hearts came up again. He did
and
it.
I knew that.
Yeah.
All right, now, just relax, and a card will pop into your mind. What is that card?
Ace of Spades.
The Ace of Spades. So the Ace would count as what?
Ace is 1, isn't it?
The Ace would be 1.
Yeah.
We have Spades. S-P-A-D-E-S. The Ace of Spades?
Mm-hmm. Ta-da! There it goes
that.
again.
Correct?
Yep, that's it. Yep.
Awesome. Now,
you know what? The only thing I am a little confused on is why the blindfold. This could be done. This could be done just as easily while being blindfolded as being blindfolded.
well, I can't see the deck to try to look at the cards and do anything.
Okay. All right.
So let's do one more card. We could
Okay.
have you, John. Are you there nearby?
Yep.
Call out any card.
Queen of Hearts.
Okay, we
Didn't we
did
just add that?
one.
Yeah, we had that
Yeah.
one. That's all right. Hey, you want to do it again? It's all right. He wants the Queen of Hearts.
Pick another one. You want to pick another one?
King of Hearts.
The King of Hearts?
Yeah.
That's still in the Hearts family. You just want to try something a different suit? No, I'll do the King. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. H-E-A-R-T-S. And I knew that.
It came up. It came up. King of Hearts came up. Yeah.
All right, one more for the road. What's it going to be, Bob?
Oh, you want me to do it again?
Yep.
Oh, 8 of diamonds.
Okay, 8 of diamonds. Now, I'm going to riffle this edge very slowly. This is entirely up to you. Call out stop where every light
Stop.
is. Right here?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
And I'm going to cut there. Now, what was the card?
What did I say? The 8 of diamonds? 8 of diamonds, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
D-I-A-M-O-N-D-S.
Ta-da! 8 of diamonds.
There you have
8 of diamonds popped up again. Yep.
If you only knew that I knew that.
If you only knew that I knew that. This is great. This is a great one to do, like at the tables and stuff in restaurants and that kind of thing like that.
It's great.
Yeah, this
Or
is
even
a great.
even a small like living room type show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's great because you can, without the blindfold, you could do a quicker flow with it.
And I suppose we should do some promoting for you too. Al does magic, just in case. This is not just a hobby thing for him. He does this for part of a living too. He makes a career of this. So, you have any places you're appearing now? Any stuff that you're doing coming up?
I do have my website.
Okay.
www.magicnow.com.
Magicnow.com. Okay.
I'll be in Kalamazoo this coming weekend
Kalamazoo.
for a convention.
Mm-hmm. What do people go to Kalamazoo for besides conventions? I don't know. They don't go to Kalamazoo for anything,
It's a
do they?
well-known town. I've never been there. It's
Kalamazoo,
well-known.
yeah. Uh-huh.
No, it's well-known.
I just like the name, Kalamazoo.
I'm going to roll up my sleeves.
Uh-oh, roll up the sleeves. We're getting serious here.
And we're going to...
So you're going to be there this weekend in Kalamazoo.
Right.
And that's another one of these convention-type deals? Okay.
Yeah, it's called Michigan Magic Day.
Now, these conventions, can anybody just walk in? Is there like a fee for this? They charge?
There's a fee.
Or okay.
A fee. And, this is a tradition, too. It's called Michigan Magic Day.
Okay.
So, we're going to enter the phenomenon realm now. And this involves mind over matter, making things objects morph. So I brought with me something you'll instantly recognize. Fork.
Fork. Okay. We just have a regular ordinary table fork.
Ordinary.
Everybody's got a drawer full of these at home in their kitchen.
And this is something that really parallels along the lines of the paranormal. There have been some names that have made this very famous. Uri Geller would be one.
Oh yeah, Uri Geller was famous for this. This was a classic Uri Geller. Yeah, it's bending, yeah.
Notice that? Look. Look. Just there. You see it bend?
I can actually see it bending, yeah. He's just got the fork. It's an ordinary silver table fork, stainless steel fork you'd have in your...
No excessive force either, right? No excessive
and
force.
And just by touching it, he's able to make it bend.
You could actually see it in motion slightly, right?
Oh, yeah.
Bending. Bending.
Okay.
Here, hold it right here.
You want me to hold it here? Okay.
In the camera.
Hold it in the camera here.
There.
Okay. All right.
Okay, watch. Look. See the movement?
Okay, it's bending down. I'm holding the fork at the bottom, like on the handle part, and it's actually bending down towards my fingers.
Look. Look. Almost bent from where it started.
Almost in two.
In half.
Yeah, it's almost, or in half, I should say, not in two. It's in half, yeah.
In half. Now, I brought you a snack. And I brought... Oh, you could have the other one if you want. When you see it, I'm not sure. I brought you both a snack.
Okay.
Okay.
So I get magic and I get something to eat too. Popcorn or something while I'm watching the entertainment here?
Here's the snack.
We have a snack.
These are
sardines.
Skinless and boneless sardines.
Okay. I love them. Okay.
They are awesome. I like them. You like them?
Yeah.
How about you, John?
No, I don't.
You don't like sardines? No, not your thing?
We're not going to be opening these up in
tomato sauce. Oh, these are in olive oil. I don't know about the olive oil. I like the ones. I like the ones. Oh yeah, in tomato sauce though.
The only problem is with the fork in this condition, it's a little rough to enjoy the sardines.
You can't eat them with the fork bent in.
So I would like you to extend your hand in the camera view here, and right at the bottom here, just hold that.
Okay.
Hold that.
I gotcha.
Hold it. Now, here's the...
Is this like real visible here?
Yeah, hold it up there.
Okay.
We'll get there.
Is this like, is this showing very well on the camera though? I don't know.
Let me come up close to the camera here.
There, that's better. Now they can see it.
Get even closer. There we go.
There's good. Now they can see what you're doing, yeah. Okay, and he's bending it back. It's going back.
Strong concentration. No excessive force. No excessive force. Look.
Okay, just by him, just touching it with his hand. He's touching it. He's holding it in one hand, touching it with the other, and it's bending, straightening itself back up. So this is radio magic.
Very slowly. Very slowly. Pure concentration.
Okay.
Pure concentration. And now.
All right. Okay, so he straightened the fork back up. Okay.
After the show, we can now enjoy the sardines.
I don't know if the sardines were like going to disappear or do something or what they were. They are sardines. They're not opened up. It is a pack of sardines.
Okay.
Do I get to see the fork? Can I see the fork?
Sure.
Okay. See, I have to touch this too, so I see this for myself. The Doubting Thomas here. It is just a regular stainless fork.
Let me wrap it on the table here.
Nothing. Yeah, so it's a
right
solid thing.
Right after it was straight, I could have.
So it doesn't have like a soft spot in it or
yeah.
anything. Yeah, it's a.
Yeah, I could have handed it right to you, or if somebody out there listening, they could have just grabbed the fork right away. But it is all the way back.
Okay.
So
Well, you've convinced me. Okay.
we traveled a little time travel.
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
Brought it back.
Speaking of time travel, let me check the clock here. Okay, we got about 5 minutes left, Al. What else you want to do for us?
This is a plot that's been around in magic a long time.
Okay.
Very long time. I'm going to grab a rubber band here. Sometimes magicians will sit in a restaurant till 3 or 4 in the morning and hang out and work on a plot.
Okay.
Or trick. And you may recognize the plot. And sometimes.
Now the card is the Ace of Diamonds.
Ace of Diamonds.
And he just took the card and he ripped it in two.
In life, you feel torn.
Okay.
Okay, keep that in camera range. I like you to take it and then fold it in half. Fold it in half. And then I like for you to tear it.
Oh, I got to tear it? Okay, so I got to use my other hand here. Okay.
So
all right.
Sometimes you feel torn and fragmented.
Okay. So now I've got a half of the card, and I've tore my half in half, and Al's got a half of the card, and he tore his half in half.
Right.
And now you're going to take the half back, my half. You took one part of it back.
Oh, one more.
Okay.
And sometimes you feel torn and fragmented.
Okay, now he has a rubber band. He wraps the rubber band around all the torn pieces, there's 4 torn pieces. You wrap them up with a rubber band.
And Houdini, his favorite quote, this too shall pass. A little steam pressing here. Squeeze. And in time, the torn and fragmented self
Okay.
becomes whole.
Okay, so he had the card wrapped up with the rubber band. He takes the rubber band off the card, and the card becomes whole again. Ta-da! There's the card. Beautiful.
Do we have time for molecular fusion?
We can do... Yeah, we got a little bit of time. We can do another one here. Sure, we have time for another trick.
Molecular.
This is called molecular... I almost can't say it. Molecular fusion. Okay. What are we fusing here?
We shall see.
This isn't going to blow up, is it?
We shall see. Okay.
We shall see if it blows up, or... Okay.
These cards
are
clear with labels.
Okay, what he's got like little... They're like little clear plastic cards. They're a little smaller than a playing card, and they just have like a neon...
type.
Yeah, like a line in the center of the card. Okay.
And 2 of them.
Okay.
I'm going to write my name right here.
Okay. Okay.
Right there.
So he takes one, he writes with a magic marker, he writes Al on
and
one.
I would like you to write Bob right here.
And I write my name on the other one.
Great. Now, hold your hand out to right here.
Okay, like that, down or up?
Up.
Okay. I think your pen is leaking. I got ink on myself.
Oh. Hold those. Okay, and do you know what this is?
No, I don't.
This is a molecular fusion device.
Okay.
This is a fusionator.
Okay, so the fusionator, to describe this to you, is just like a little plastic. It looks to me like it's like a little cell phone type looking thing, but it's just a dark black plastic box. Yeah.
And this is the fusion light bar.
Okay.
Just look that.
And this is like a little pen device type thing that lights up, like a little lightsaber type thing.
Onto here.
Okay.
That. Now
he's taking...
These cards pass through here.
Okay, the cards that I wrote my name on and that he wrote his name on, he passes it underneath this device.
Pass through, and I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to place them so that they're back to back underneath the light bar here. So they pass under
Okay,
the
so there's
light.
one card on top and one card on the bottom of this
There's
light.
the top,
Yeah.
and there's the bottom
Okay.
card. And they
And these are
ride,
they have our names
they
written on
ride
them.
underneath the light.
All right.
I'm going to go up real close to
Go ahead.
fuse this.
Okay. He's going to get up close to the camera there, so you probably won't be able to hear Al talking. But you'll be able to see this.
As they pass under, they're going to heat up. And as they cool down,
Okay.
they fuse.
So what happens is the two cards became one.
For you, souvenir.
Okay. Ah, I see.
That is a little sci-fi magical entertainment.
That is different. That's a different entertainment. What he did is he took the two separate cards, the two separate pieces of plastic, put them through the fusionator under the light, got up close to the camera with this so you could see it up close, pushed them through, and then when it came out there was only one plastic card, but my name is on the front and his name is on the back on the little neon sticker that was on it. So how he did that, I don't know. Amazing stuff. Well, we got one more?
Nope, just
Okay.
gonna let
Oh, you got a magic wand. What
wrap
magician does not
wrap
have a magic
things
wand?
up by having a magic wand to wave around to wrap it all up.
Okay, this is the wrap up now. We're going to be ending.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, we're about ready to be ended here. Yeah, okay, Al. This magic stuff that we just did here on YouTube, you're videotaping this. This will be posted when?
Should have it tomorrow,
Okay.
Tuesday or Wednesday.
Okay, we're taping this broadcast on the Monday night. The 27th is today, isn't it?
Should have it tomorrow.
Today's the 27th, so this should be up on the you that fast? The 28th? You'll do this the next day?
I think so.
And now, if someone wants to find this so they could see it, what do they look up on YouTube when they go to YouTube?
You could go to magicnow.com and I'll have the YouTube link.
Okay.
Or if you seek out.
Now, if you're like me, I just go right to YouTube. So what would I punch up?
You put Albach Magic in YouTube.
Okay.
And then whatever video comes up, whatever trick I'm doing, click my name and then all my videos should
Gotcha.
come up.
Okay.
This one, being it's going to be posted brand new
Okay.
on there, will be up at the top.
Got it. Okay.
And we'll have it, the title will have the show name.
So just go to YouTube. If you want to go to YouTube, go to Albach, ALBACH,
Magic.
Bach Magic, and it'll pop up and you can see it.
You click my name and then all the videos, and this one will be up there near the top, and it'll have the paranormal.
Or you can just go to magicnow.com.
And click there.
www.magicnow.com.
Right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then also too, don't forget, go to www.windycityhometown.com and listen to the broadcast. So listen to that. I don't know how well that's going to do. Well, yeah, because we were kind of describing it as you did it along there, so you can kind of see that. Go up on YouTube. You could also see the inside of our studio here where we do the shows from. Not only where we do this show from, where John DeVita does all the other shows too. The Chicago Junction, Meet the Chicago Historians, Dawn of Sports. What else? You got a couple of new ones too, don't you, John?
Armchair Experts.
Oh, the Armchair Experts, right. That one's been around for a while.
Yeah, and
Chicago Junction.
yeah.
I got a guest for Chicago Junction last Thursday when I did my lecture at the library. There was a gentleman there that was like a railroad enthusiast, and I says, "Great, give me your number. I'm going to pass that on to them so they could use him as a guest for Chicago Junction for the radio show."
Keeping it real.
Keeping It Real. Now that's a new one.
That's cool.
I'm not familiar with that one.
It's cool name.
Italian culture show.
Oh, it's an Italian culture show. I can only listen to half of it because I'm half Italian. Do you have a Polish culture show?
And then Wealth and Wisdom.
Wealth and Wisdom.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm not too wise. Come to think of it, I'm not too wealthy either, so I don't know.
Financial.
If I watch that, will I become wealthy and have wisdom? I got to start listening to that one too. Wealth and Wisdom. Those are two new ones. And what was the other? I forgot it already. The Italian show.
Keeping it real.
Keeping It Real. And that's geared towards Italian. Oh, okay. Mangia. Eat. That's all I know. I don't know. I never picked up it. My mother spoke Italian. My father spoke Polish. I never bothered to learn either language. And it's one regret I have in life. I wish I learned them both. Well, Al, thank you so much for coming on. It's been very enlightening. It's been very interesting watching this. I'm still holding the magic wand, but nothing's happening.
Call a ghost.
I don't have. I don't have. That's what I want. Nothing came in. We've had some of the folks we've had on as guests before, and there've been a couple of different ones. They've said that there's been some activity going on in here, so we'll see if anything. We'll see if anything shows up on the camera. Yeah, that you're videotaping here. Yeah, we'll see if anything passes through that we don't know about.
If anybody noticed anything out there.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Yeah, this happened to me once before on a radio show that I did at another station at WARG when I was doing a radio show. We actually had a little ghost kind of make his appearance there, and they put him up on YouTube so you can see the movement there and that too. So, yeah. Well, thank you, Al.
Outstanding.
It's been a joy and a pleasure having you on here, and please come back anytime you feel like coming back on. You're welcome to come back anytime.
Right.
Al will be at the convention this weekend at, where's that one at?
Kalamazoo.
Kalamazoo. How could I forget good old Kalamazoo? Is there a song about Kalamazoo?
Yes,
there is a song about Kalamazoo. I probably have a recording of it somewhere. There's a song about Peoria, too. I got that one. I know that one. Yeah, there's a Peoria song, yeah. Okay, that's about it. We will wrap for tonight.
And your disappearing act.
And my disappearing act I didn't get to do because we're videotaping it, so when you videotape it, I can't disappear. Yeah. My disappearing act on the radio. Okay, we are going to call it a wrap for tonight, and that's about it for Paranormal for this week. Next month, I was going to say, I don't know who we'll have on there. John DeVita, thank you, sir, for allowing me to come in and do these shows once a month. They're absolute joy. I really enjoy doing these things. They're just fantastic. I love doing them. And thank you all for listening. Mr. John Chikanda, our producer, thank you, sir, for the work you're doing for the station here and for Paranormal Radio for the show. And stay tuned in with us next month, and we'll see what we got going on for next month. I got a couple of people in mind for it. We'll see who comes up. Thank you, folks. Have a nice evening. Bye-bye.
You have been listening to Paranormal Radio with Bob Trezek from the John DeVita Broadcast Center on the Windy City Hometown Entertainment Network and Jack FM 89.7 WRHS FM, Norwich, Illinois. Paranormal Radio was directed by John DeVita. Our audio engineer is James Rohde. The executive producer of Windy City Hometown Entertainment Network is Mr. John Chikanda. And radio station manager for WRHS FM Norwich is Mr. Kevin Zeflik. This broadcast was pre-recorded on Monday, April the 28th, the year 2015. Thanks for listening. And this is Jack FM 89.7 WRHS FM, Norwich, Illinois.